Hi friends. So today we'll have a discussion on protocol-oriented programming. It's a concept which was introduced in 2015 WWDC, and over the last 6 years, many developers have already started using it, but still there are many who haven't or who are not using it uh, in a more regular basis. So let's have a discussion. Let's first of all let's figure out what is protocol-oriented programming and why you should start using it. So to start with, in layman terms, protocol-oriented programming is a new approach to programming, as opposed to what? As opposed to traditional object-oriented programming. Now, why do we need it? Because of the way Swift is structured, and also because of the drawbacks in the traditional object-oriented programming. Now, in traditional object-oriented programming, you'll always start with a class, right? So you'll start with a class, and you'll have all the variables and functions declared inside that class. And if you want to reuse some of those variables and functions, then right, you'll define it in a parent class, and then you'll subclass it. So what happens is once the project size grows, the code becomes complex, and you end up having a multi-level tree of parent class, subclasses, then subclasses derived from that. So you have a tree structure, multi-level tree structure, and the code complexity increases. This also introduces problems in debugging, because as the code becomes complex, debugging becomes a big headache for developers. The other disadvantage is, for taking advantage of inheritance, you have to declare a class which is a reference type. So you cannot use structs or enums or object types, because inheritance doesn't work on that. So you end up having a lot of reference types in your code, and when you are using a lot of reference types, then always there's a margin of error. By mistake, if you modify the instance at any place where it's being used, all other instances get modified. So because of that, there's a high margin of data error as well. Now, protocol-oriented programming solves these issues in a big way. First, that you don't have to work with the reference types. You can protocols work also with the structs and enum, so you don't need to have a reference type. The other advantage is, and one of the biggest advantages, that any struct, enum, or any object, whether it's a value type or a reference type, can adopt multiple protocols. So as opposed to object-oriented programming, multiple inheritance is not allowed in Swift. So a class can only have one parent, but in protocol it's not that. In protocol-oriented programming, one particular class can adopt many protocols. So the code complexity decreases. Also, protocols are very flexible in Swift. So what happens is, you can extend a protocol, and just like how you will write common methods inside classes, the parent class or the base class, similarly you can define all the common methods by just writing an extension to the protocol. So that is another advantage. And the last advantage is that it works very well with dependency injections. So because there's no restriction whether you're going to pass a enum, struct, or reference, so you can just pass a protocol and everything else will be taken care of. So if you're a Swift developer, if you're an iOS developer, and you still not started using protocol-oriented programming, then I'll highly suggest you start doing that. It's fun, it's easy, and you'll be able to write error-free, mostly error-free code, and a less complex, easy, and readable code. Thank you.